So this is the Baker's Pride countertop deck oven line. The countertop deck oven line is a huge benefit for both baking pizzas, heating up slices, as well as baking and roasting protein products. The countertop line starts off with a drawer style, which can be built in, used for convenience C-stores and small carts and kiosks. This is our PX16, and again, we use this for a lot of heating up rolls. People still will put slices. We have places that put wings in here to heat the wings up or keep them hot. You can use it as a warming rack as well. You can also put a stone on top of this rack in here and get a nice crisp product from that. And then from there we go into deck widths. So we have a P18, which is called, which looks similar to this one here, which is this is a P22, but we go from an 18-inch deck to a 22-inch deck. And then from there we move into 44, which is a double stack of the 22-inch deck, into a P48. And so we have a deck model, countertop deck model for every size configuration you could want. It's a very flexible line. Not only do we control the deck widths in this line, we also can control the heights. So for example, this P22 here has 2 ceramic decks in it, but you can have one out, and you could take one out or purchase it that way, and you would be able to actually, say, bake a product like a chicken in there. So you would have a much more deck height. So from everywhere from 3.5-inch deck heights to 7-inch deck heights. And you can do combinations of both of those. The P22, for example, and the P44 here are very well insulated, all stainless steel construction. They are extremely quiet. There's no moving parts or anything inside the oven. The greatest benefit here is the flexibility that you can just put it on a counter and you plug it in and you're ready to go. They go from 120 volt to 208 volt to 240 volt. Again, they're all electric. They're very easy to operate. You have simple thermostat control and a simple timer control. So they're just dials. They come on once they heat up in approximately 35-40 minutes. Once they hold their heat because of the insulation, and they barely click on at all. The nice thing is you can also brick line the top. These are not brick line this particular model, but you can brick line the top, and if you're really busy, say for pizza slices, for example, you can then, the recovery is great. So it's a very nice benefit. The door, very easy to operate, very ergonomic door. It's got a nice counterbalance. There's no springs or anything. So when you're in and out of it all day long, again, it's a nice benefit. If you come over to the P44 model here, this is a double deck, so you can get a lot of product in here. You could do full pies in this, or again slices, but having the shelf is a nice benefit. So if you're in and out, you can kind of count by shelf where you are as far as heating up a slice or pretzels. A lot of places that make pretzels use these as well. The temperature range is 150 degrees, essentially up to 650. And what's nice in this P44 is you have 2 chambers. So you could have one very high for certain items, like a slice would need a real high heat. And then maybe on the bottom you're baking cookies, which you would be down like 350, let's say. So a lot of benefit there. We call this model a 2828. This is also an electric deck oven. This is it's stacked on top of an electric convection oven right now. So we call this the bake center because you have the flexibility of convection heat and top deck heat. Like our countertop deck products on the other side there, this deck oven here is a little bit larger. It does come in both gas and electric, and it's very nice for display cooking as well. Can rest right on the counter. Some of the nice things with this one is you can actually control your top elements and your bottom elements. So you can have different heat from the top and different heat from the bottom. So if you wanted a higher heat on top and you have a lot of sugar, let's say, in your pizza dough, you don't want too much heat coming from the bottom. You have that flexibility. The other nice thing with this is it has a great door that opens up, so it's very, very user-friendly. And if you want to show inside the deck, you actually have a light as well. So when it's sitting on top of a counter and you're cooking, it's easy for the operator to see what's going on in there. And then in addition, it attracts customers because they can see from a front counter, they can actually see what's in there. You get the light and the aroma. So it's very good for selling your food product that you're doing. The control panel is very simple, on and off switch. You have a timer, just a audible timer, and then you have both top heat, the red here, and bottom heat, the red here. And what we do here is there's a central thermostat. So you can, for let's say not as quite skilled labor, you can just tell them I want it on a 5 or 6 rather than telling them to always keep it, say, 350 or 500. You just go a 1 through 10 heat there. We do have this model in gas. The gas unit is called a GP51, and again, they can go right on their own legs on a countertop. And you do have the nice ceramic deck in here as well. The door, if you prefer a solid door with no window, we have that as well. You can do a solid door or a glass door with a viewing light.